Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz. This is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, February 23rd, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. First up, there may be an algorithm update happening. We covered it yesterday. It looks like it started happening Tuesday, February 20th, maybe the 19th at night. There is some chatter. It's not significant. There's a lot more chatter starting up recently about this update. And I do have a lot of comments here. There's lots of different tracking tools that are showing the update as well. We'll see. I mean, again, there are people commenting, so if you were hit, definitely comment here. You could, discuss it and see what's going on, and hopefully we'll get some more information about it. I don't think it was that massive. There definitely was some type of tweak, but the question is, what was that issue and what happened? So we'll keep looking into that. Gary from Google was at PubCon in Austin this week and basically said that over the next several weeks, I think a month and a half or so, he said that the mobile first index will be expanded, meaning more sites will be pushed into this mobile first index, which they really haven't done much of recently. They said back in October, end of last year, that a few sites, limited number of sites, were in the mobile first index, and now it looks like they're going to do their next massive batch. Not sure massive, but a batch of sites to go into the mobile first index. So definitely be aware of that and keep an eye on your log files and your search traffic and so forth to see what's going on there. Google, for some reason, didn't tell us, but back in October of last year, they stopped supporting the meta keywords tag specifically for news publications. So meta keywords tag was never really supported in the past 10 or so years. Google said, hey, it's nothing that we're going to look at. It's spam too much. We're not going to look at that. But for Google News, back in 2012, I believe, I think it was 2012, although I'm not. Yeah, 2012. Google said for news publishers, we want you to use this new tag called the Google News Meta Keywords tag. It was like a meta news keyword tag type of thing. And then suddenly in October, Google stopped supporting it, and Google didn't tell anybody, but publishers kept using it. And I'm kind of upset because it does take extra effort and extra time to think about the appropriate 10 tags or less meta tags that you could put in your content. And I've been doing this on Search Engine Land forever, and they removed it, and that's fine. They can remove it. Just let us know so we stop wasting time. Google apologized. John Mueller basically said, looks like we dropped it when we removed it from our help content. And then Danny Sullivan went ahead and apologized there, basically. We'll try to improve in our communication and so forth. Any event, so if you are using the Google News meta keyword tag, stop using it. There's no need to do so. You don't have to necessarily remove it from your code, but it's no longer needed. And I assume Juice from WordPress is going to remove it. John Mueller answered a comment from Glenn Gabe asking, hey, with all the Google Chrome changes around ad blocking, are you going to use the similar signals or the same signals to go ahead and lower the rankings of websites that are using bad standard, not applying to the better standard ads practices? And John Mueller said, not really. We don't have plans to use the exact signals, but they do have current ranking factors like the interstitial penalty, the page layout algorithm, and so forth that are kind of similar in practice. But in terms of Chrome specifically and the better ad standards, Google does not have plans to specifically use those as search ranking signals, at least today. Who knows what will happen in the future, he said. This is cool. In the Google Search Console, they added the new beta version. They added a new feature to let you filter by differences. So if you're not interested in seeing, what changed from like one position or two positions, but you want to see what changed drastically, like over 5 positions or over 10 positions, you're now able to do that. Dan Schurz showed me this. It's basically a new filter, which you could get by clicking on this little icon once you run the search performance report in the new Google Search Console. You can actually then say differences in queries, and then you can say, all right, 5 position differences, and it will show you what changed in 5 position differences, which is pretty cool. Definitely play around with that. I'm not sure if it's going to last. Google's constantly playing with different features in the Google Search Console, so it'll be interesting to see what lasts. Talking about the Google Search Console, there is a bug. It looks like a bug. Google hasn't confirmed there's a bug, but if you go to the crawl status tab and you look at your time spent to downloading pages in milliseconds, you'll see it drops significantly. So you see on my site, this site, it's around 225 milliseconds time spent to download. It dropped down to like 75 or 100 milliseconds, and everybody's reporting the same thing. The significant drops, you can see And John Mueller basically comments saying, it looks like it's similar issues across the board. He's going to check with the team and find out more. It probably is a bug. Just you should know that it's not a big deal. Everybody else is seeing it, so you should be okay. Google's John Mueller said this week that they plan on porting all of the features over from the old Google Search Console to the new Google Search Console over time. There might be some features that are consolidated, like reporting tools might be consolidated into one report with different filters and so forth. But in terms of the features like link reports, fetches Google, and stuff like that, Google does plan to port all those features over from the old to the new. But that same day, Gary at PubCon basically said, and I'm trying to find it, basically said at PubCon that Google does not plan on porting all the features, and some people will be upset when they don't port all the features. I'm not exactly sure if he was referring to the consolidation of some features like John Mueller was talking about, or if he's talking about not porting over big features. It'll be very interesting to see what happens over time, and of course the miscommunication and the not being on the same page has always been an issue between some Googlers. There is a reporting bug specifically with the Search Console, the block resources page. Google documented this bug in the data anomalies section, and they basically wrote, users may see decreased counts of pages with block resources. This is due to a processing error on our side. Page counts should return to their correct levels within a few weeks. You'll see the little note section which shows you and documents when that has actually happened. Google confirmed finally the reason why they changed the request indexing limit. First, they went ahead and documented in the help documents the actual change. So let me bring that up. And they said the reason they changed it was because of abuse. And of course, everybody thought that, but John Mueller finally confirmed that this was actually gone ahead and done because of spam and abuse. People were using it to submit hack content, spam, and so forth. And the new quota, which was documented now in the Google help documentation, was basically going from 500 per month to about 300 per month. It's more of a daily quota now. And also the second one from 10 per month to 2 per day. Again, this is a daily quota going from a monthly quota to a daily quota. And you can see the different changes here if you want to see them documented. I have screenshots of before and after as well. And again, it was done for abuse reasons. It looks like Google's testing, or it actually launched, multiple images in the feature snippets category. So if you take a look at the screenshot over here, you'll see, I can't replicate this myself, but you'll see here's the feature snippet. Above it are images, and there are multiple images from multiple publishers around this feature snippet, which is pretty interesting. Google said content order, position, and location is somewhat important for ranking. Gary's basically said this when it came to the mobile first index. If you have content in different positions on your web page, so this piece of content is over here and this piece of content is over there, and it differs on desktop versus mobile, it may impact your actual rankings when you switch over to the mobile first index. And everybody kind of knew that content positioning is important. Google said that schema and structured data are here to stay. They keep investing more and more into it. They're not going to remove it anytime soon. It's here for the long run. Gary basically said this at PubCon. Again, Google's known to drop new features constantly, but this looks like schema and structured data is here to stay for the long run. Not forever, probably, but for the long run. It's been here for a really long time already, and they keep adding more and more to it. Google Local has added mall directories to search. So if you do a search, you'll see for a direct, like for example, there's a Shops at Nanuet just around the street. That's basically a mall, an outdoor mall. And also an indoor mall, and you can actually see, if you go to it, there's a directory, and you can actually search by name. The cool thing also is if you search for like Apple Nanuet, which is in that mall, it would actually show you a link to see what else is in that mall. So that's interesting as well. Danny Sullivan spent, I think, Wednesday or Tuesday, I forgot what day it was exactly, defending Google around search suggestions. So let me take a look at this. So let this load for a second. And you can see here, the Nazis were, not socialist, not evil. The KKK, feminists are crazy, insane. Black Panther is bad, overrated. Ferguson was a lie, staged. Michael Brown was a thug. Mass shootings are fake. White culture is superior. And it goes on and on. Black culture is toxic. David Hogg is an actor. These types of search suggestions are offensive, inaccurate, wrong, but Danny Sullivan has to defend them because he works at Google. And he basically said, see over here, if you honestly believe most people don't search this way, then worrying about predictions makes no sense, right? Because who's really doing these searches? From our view, we want predictions to be useful, reflect real searches, and improve if they aren't. He's basically saying, yeah, this is how people are searching, and Google wants to represent what those searches are. If they're inaccurate or being manipulated, they'll take care of it, but Google wants to represent what people are actually searching for. Again, topic that goes on and on every single year, every single few months, and so forth around Google. Google AdSense launched Auto Ads, which is now in a beta. We covered it last September as a beta. Auto Ads is not for automobile ads. It's for basically letting Google run your AdSense ads automatically. It will figure out what to place, what type of ads to place there. You put ad code in a spot, let's say over here, and it will figure out what the best type of ad to show in that spot is. So they'll automatically could show text ads, in-feed ads, in-article ads, match content ads, anchor ads, or vignette ads, and they'll do that automatically based on using Auto Ads. They've been testing it for a while, and they say it works. Just a quick search engine roundtable notice, I guess. Some people actually want to clearly communicate that we changed two things here over the past, commenting we've changed over the past several months. We are no longer allowing abusive and really abusive comments about personal people. So if you're commenting and you're making fun of people, the way they look, their religion, their just making fun of them like a child would, we're going to remove that. And if you keep doing it, we'll ban you. And we've been doing that for the past several months. Some people have noticed that. And two, automatic tweets. Twitter announced this week that starting next month, they're going to go ahead and enforce that you no longer are allowed to post duplicative or substantially similar content across multiple accounts using the API. So I am no longer automatically tweeting using the API from @RustyBrick. The Search Engine Roundtable Twitter account @SE Roundtable will continue to do that as the only automated Twitter post through the API, but I will be doing everything manually. I will schedule stuff, but there will be manual hand-curated stuff on the Rusty Brick account. Sad news, we have to report that the search community lost a rising star. She's literally my age. Her birthday is literally, I think, like 6 or 7 days after mine. She's 37 years old. Jill Sampe, she passed away this past Saturday. The community's heartbroken. There's a lot of good comments about her over here, and a lot of good comments around the community. And we're just so heartbroken to have to tell you that she has passed away. It's just sad news. And finally, obviously, we'd like to honor certain personalities in our community, which we do every week. Dwayne Forrester, you all probably know of him already. Jennifer Horowitz, Ashley Berman Hale, Eric Eng, and Max Prin. So we really like to thank everybody for all their contributions to the search community over these past years, especially. We'll continue to do that. Please go ahead and submit your nominations. We are looking for more people to submit nominations about women, females, so please go do that. Again, today is Friday, February 23rd. This is the search news we covered at the Search Engine Roundtable, SERoundtable.com over the past week. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.